We are back, baby, with the Berman Method Podcast, treating problems, not symptoms. David going against Goliath. Goliath being the corporate medical system, big pharmaceutical companies, your health insurance companies. Oh, man, we got an awesome rant about to come up here in about 10 seconds. Dr. Jake Berman here, my beautiful co-host.
Jenni Berman, physician assistant.
Hope everybody is having a great day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where were we a couple of weeks ago? I'm thinking.
Yeah, touch your nose again because that really
It
helps
helps
your
me
brain.
think. But where was I? And somebody asked how you were doing, and we went through like half the morning, and they never heard that word great, and they were concerned about you. And then eventually you said it, and they were like, oh, thank goodness, I was so worried about you. That you just weren't feeling okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not sure. So why do I say great every time somebody asks me and I say I'm great?
Because it transfers positive energy.
It does, but that same knee-jerk reaction response, how you doing? Good. Are you? Like, are you good? Like, why are we even saying it?
Yeah.
Like, it just drives me nuts. Why do we just say things just to say things? Because you've always said things like you sneeze and what do you say?
Bless you.
Do you know what that comes from?
Somebody blessing you?
Yeah, it comes from 500 years ago when you sneezed and they thought that demons were going to infiltrate your soul. It's like, oh, bless you. Don't let the demons in.
Bless you, child.
And here we're saying the same thing in 2026. Why are we still saying bless you?
Because it's sweet and nice. And Vera K now, if she sneezes and you don't say bless you, she'll be like, Dad, I just sneezed and you didn't say bless you.
It starts at 3 years old.
And then if you tell her bless you, she'll say thank you. And if she says thank you, she'll be like, Dad, I said thank you and you didn't say you're welcome. Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. But really, I think the great response, it's kind of like why at Burn Boot Camp, they give high fives all the time, right? And then they say, well, we give high fives because it transfers positive energy. So your great is transferring positive energy.
It absolutely does, because people will come into the PT. Nobody wants to go to PT, right? You're coming to PT because you're in pain. You don't want to spend money on your back, and you're here reluctantly. So when you walk in the door, how you doing? Good. No, you're great. Let's go. Let's have some fun. Let's do this thing. Mm-hmm. You get the opportunity to walk through our door. You didn't have to.
Right.
Like, we're at a network. You weren't forced to come to me.
Right.
I didn't hold a gun to your head and say, you have to spend thousands of dollars on your back pain. No, you could have went next door and got it for free or paid your copay. Mm-hmm. So you're great. Let's go. Come on. Turn it up louder. It's game time. So that wasn't the rant that I originally wanted to start with. So over the weekend.
Oh, man.
So we had blood work. We mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Walker, our youngest, had blood work done, and we're working with a concierge pediatrician because for a multitude of reasons, but we just switched from our beloved pediatrician here in town, our in-network pediatrician, to a concierge pediatrician for all of the reasons that we've been preaching for years now.
Right.
And
yeah.
It push come to shove, it's like, okay, why are we preaching this stuff and we're not actually practicing it? So rip that Band-Aid off and been doing this. And the first thing that we did was we went and got a bunch of blood work done and didn't think anything of it. The doctor orders blood work and we have the blood work done.
At our office.
But
using her order.
Using her orders. And this could get a little complicated, so let's just leave it at that for now. And we get a bill in the mail for $900.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my gosh, $900 for labs that I could have ran it through my orders and it would have been $50. Mm-hmm. A week later, we get 2 more bills. Mm-hmm. Another one for $900 and then another one for $1,900.
Yeah.
So now we have 3 bills.
From one lab order.
Totaling approximately $4,000.
Yes. that I could have ordered from my own office without her order. And it's nothing against her. She didn't do, it really has nothing to do with her.
It has zero to do with our doctor.
I took her order. We drew it at the office. Our phlebotomist took it to Quest, dropped it off. So Quest ran it through their pricing because it was an order from an outside provider. And yeah, it costs close to $4,000. And if I would have ordered the labs through my system that I use as an out-of-network provider to order the labs, I probably could have got them for $400. And not probably, I would have got them for less than $400. And here I am getting bills for $4,000 from Quest.
And again, let's be crystal clear. This is not a knock on our concierge physician.
No, not at all.
This is a knock on the system. This is what we've been preaching for years now, is you have to know how to work the system, or the system will work you over like no other. And the problem that we had here was Jenni mistakenly switched from provider brain to mom brain and just did what she was told, which is what she should have done. I said mistakenly, but that's how a doctor should be when it's time to be a patient or a mom. You should let the doctor do their job, and you just be a mom in this particular case.
Right.
But you didn't even put two and two together. Oh crap, I should be doing these myself.
Yeah.
So the system leads us to a $4,000 bill for blood work.
For blood work for a baby.
For a baby.
That's not even 18 months old yet. A baby, yes.
So this is the kind of stuff that we've been screaming from the tops of our lungs, from the mountaintops, saying that the system is so broken. You have to know how to work the system, or the system will work you. Just because you have health insurance, which Walker did at that time.
At that time he has, yeah.
Just because you have health insurance doesn't mean that you should use it. Doesn't mean that if you do use it that it's going to do anything good. And most of the time what we've found over the past 5 years is that using your health insurance is way more expensive than not using it.
Right. And we've said it multiple times, but Walker's had insurance since I was pregnant with him, and we delivered him knowing that he was going to have at least one surgery, if not, a couple scans and surgeries when he was born. So we've kept with the health insurance, which I have canceled now. And I think I mentioned that a couple weeks ago that I canceled it. But all these labs were run when he actually had health insurance. And here we are with a $4,000 bill. And if we would have just gone totally without insurance, I ordered them totally out of network, it could have been less than $400. And so that's one of the most common questions I get from clients is, why can't I use my insurance for these labs? Or why can't my doctor just order them? When I go through their initial consultation, I say, okay, these are the labs that we would like to do. This is how much it's going to cost. Well, why can't my doctor do them? Or why can't I use my health insurance? And my reason to them is, you're going to pay more. You're going to pay more to go to your doctor and they order the labs through your insurance, or for me to order your labs to a direct lab and you use your insurance, than you would just paying an out-of-network price. When you don't have the diagnosis code for doing tests that you're evaluating, or if the insurance doesn't deem it as necessary, they're going to deny it. And then you're stuck with Quest prices, or LabCorp, which are just absolutely astronomical.
And just so that you know why we're recording this episode, this is a question that Jenni gets, if not on a daily basis, at least a weekly basis. When Jenni or her team recommends blood work, well, why can't I use my insurance? Why can't I go to Quest? Why can't I have my primary care physician do it? Well, these are all reasons why. And Jenni, you don't know this, but my secret intention secret motivation behind recording this podcast is we're going to make it black and white. If you want to do business with Berman Health Club, we're going to recommend you get blood work done. In particular, in chemically related things, so gut health, those whenever it's relevant or appropriate, we're going to recommend you get blood work done, and it's going to be done by us, our team, so that we know that we're getting the information that we need.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I even had a patient come in last week, and she brings me her lab results, and we initially had met prior several weeks ago, and she said, I'm going to go to my doctor and get these lab tests. And I say, okay, there's a good chance that either you're going to get a bill or we're not going to get everything we want, but let's try. So she goes out to her primary care, gets some lab tests. She comes back to me, and I think I had initially written down 14 different tests for her primary care doctor to do for us to further evaluate what's going on with her, which is a lot. And she comes back with 5 test results. And I was like, well, where's the rest of it? And she goes, my doctor said she wouldn't do it because she didn't think the insurance was going to cover it. And I'm like, okay. So now we are 3 weeks wasted, essentially. 3 weeks ago, we could have had these labs done, but now we've, waited 3 weeks to get the test done and to get the results. We don't even have everything we need. And now you're going to have a second lab draw so that we can actually further evaluate what is really necessary for you to get done so we could get more answers about what's going on. And so it's just, it's time, it's your money. It's not even the time about having the 3 weeks in between the time that we initially saw each other and then her coming back. But now it's the time to wait to get another lab draw, and your time to actually physically come back into the office and have a second lab draw after you've already had one. I mean, it's all part of it.
Yeah, it's just dragging the whole process out. And as we get more and more dialed in to biohacking, if you will, we've got this thing freaking figured out. Almost to a T, where it's like, okay, you come in with this is the route that we have to go. And we've done it so many times. I've done it so many times on the physical side. Jenni's done it so many times on the chemical side, gut health, blood work side. We've just done it so many times. It's like, why would you want to take a detour when you can just take I-75 north?
Right.
Why 41 does go up to Tallahassee. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm pretty sure it goes to Tallahassee. Mm-hmm. You could take 41 to Tallahassee. Or you could get on 75, drive north to I-10,
right,
drive west,
right,
and get there in a fraction of the time. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the smart way to do it. And there's no difference to this blood work thing and using your insurance and the primary care. Here's the reality. Jenni orders 14 tests to be done.
Yeah.
The primary care, because they're seeing so many patients a day, an hour, they're going to look at that and go, well, I don't know what these 10 are. I know what these 4 are. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to order these. Because here's what happens. Let's say they do order all 14 and they get results back that they don't know what they actually mean.
Right. They don't know what to do with it. They're liable.
They're liable right. now.
Yeah.
And that's why they won't do it. They're going to say insurance won't cover it. But the reality is they don't want to be held liable. Mm-hmm. So they're not being maleficent.
Yeah.
Is that the word? Why does that sound so weird today?
Malicious.
Jeez, they're not being malicious. They're just CYA. And the whole medical system is just a constant cat and mouse game of CYA, cover your ass. It is nonstop. The reason why the healthcare system has gotten so bad as it is today is because of this cat and mouse game of cover your ass. Don't do this because of this litigious? Litigious? I'm on the roll this morning. Sue happy American society that we have. You do one thing wrong, spill a cup of coffee, make $1 million. Thanks, Toby Keith. Mm-hmm. But it's just insane. It's absolutely insane right now. So from here on out, moving forward, when Jenni or her team recommends lab orders, we are going to do them here ourselves. We're not going to even give you the option to go do it somewhere else because it doesn't work.
Right, yeah.
It never comes back exactly the way we want it to happen.
Right. I mean, there's times we'll order a red blood cell magnesium, which actually tells us more information about what's going on in your cell, and we get a serum magnesium or, whatever. The different things will happen when we try to get labs from an outside provider or even at Quest, for instance. It's just we don't get what we want, we don't get what we need, but it's not giving you the answers unless we really have our hand in the pot about what we're able to order and to get to you. And you're going to pay a significant fraction of the cost having it done in office as opposed to what you will pay if your insurance denies it or you end up paying Quest or LabCorp pricing. It's sickening. It's astronomical. When we opened these bills, I was so disappointed in myself, wasn't I? For not being like, why didn't I think about that and just order them myself? It's such a fraction of the cost.
Yeah, you were very disappointed in yourself.
I was.
They truly said the words, "This makes me sick to my stomach." And I'm going, this is just brutal. Because it's not like you can just call Quest up and talk to a human.
No. And Quest doesn't have quote unquote out of network pricing. Once they run it and you get the test done, you pay the bill. There's no going back on it.
Yep, you pay the bill. If you don't pay the bill, it goes to collections.
Right.
It is such a machine. It is unreal.
Yeah. So, yeah, I literally said those words. This just makes me sick that we could be charged $4,000 when really it doesn't cost them that to run these tests. And so it's just disappointing. But that's, again, why we offer the out-of-network pricing, while we do out-of-network pricing, while we run labs in our house so that we can get what we want and for a reasonable price to be able to get answers for the patient and not play this game.
Yeah, and you're really paying for speed. You're paying for speed to get there faster. So let's use I'm actually not going to say Tallahassee anymore. I'm sorry that I even said that word in front of us, Tallahassee. I'm going back to Gainesville. So you could take 41 to 301 and get to Gainesville. You could do it, and it'd probably take you 7.5 hours to do it. Mm-hmm. That's the way my dad used to go to Gainesville. Back in the day, 75 wasn't there, so you had to take 29 to 301 and take the back roads to Gainesville. Mm-hmm. But now you could just get on 75 and you can be there in 3 hours and 45 minutes. If you put it on cruise control at 80 miles an hour and you don't stop and pee, you're there in 3 hours, 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. Or you could be there in 7.5, 8 hours. Now, here's the thing. If you did take the back roads, you'd probably use 25% less fuel to get there.
Right.
So you're going to save $20, $30 in fuel.
Right.
But it costs you 3 extra hours to do it.
Right.
So you, the listener, you want to use your insurance to save some money to get your blood work done. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. You saved $5. You saved $100. Let's go big. You saved $500, but it cost you 6 weeks.
Yes.
Because we didn't get the right answer, so we had to do it again.
Again, yes.
So here we are a month and a half later. It took you 6 weeks, and let's say you saved $500. Mm-hmm. That is, you saved less than $100 a week.
Right.
To use your shitty insurance. How much frustration did you gain over those 6 weeks? How high did your blood pressure go? How bad were your symptoms for those 6 weeks that you were waiting? Because we can't fix anything.
Waited to get answers, yeah. And even just sitting in the Quest lab.
Look at your face right now.
Walking in there, there's not a human that you can talk to when you check in. You have to go through their entire online system. And by the way, if you don't make an appointment, just forget it. And then you're sitting in there with all these sick people. And then you go back and to have your labs drawn, and the phlebotomist is not enjoying any minute that she's there. Right? It's just, ew. Such a... Man, with all the pregnancies that we went through and the amount of times that I had to get labs drawn, I lived at Quest with all these dang pregnancies before I, could do what we can do now. Towards the last 2 pregnancies, I don't think I ever went into Quest. I did everything at the office. So.
Yeah, you ordered everything yourself here.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good analogy, and I think that once this episode airs, we're going to put a QR code on it and a postcard so that whenever somebody comes in the office and say, I want to use my own health insurance to run my labs. Okay, we'll scan this code, listen to this episode, And here's the reason why I'm saying no.
Yeah. And it's not just us personally with these lab bills from Quest. We have clients that'll come back to us and be like, yep, I got a bill for $800. And I'm like, and you could have done it here for half of that. And there's nothing we can do at that point. They come back and ask me, like, what can we do to help them? And I'm like, there's nothing we can do. Nothing. I would love to help you out and to, be able to give diagnosis codes or fight your insurance, but there's nothing you can do once you get that bill from Quest or LabCorp.
That's what I said when you were disappointed with yourself when you got that bill. It was the first time in all of the bills that we've gotten over the past 5-6 years. I mean, it's been, dare I say, hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical bills that we've gotten, and every single one of them we've fought. You have fought tooth and nail, kicking and screaming, but when these bills came, you're like, F. There's nothing that we can do. So now we've got $4,000 in lab bills, blood work bills for our 18-month-old baby that you could have done for $350. And there's nothing that can be done.
Yeah, which is why I was so sick feeling about it. So frustrating. So don't make that mistake.
Yeah.
Get them done out of network in a nice facility with the most sweetest, wonderful phlebotomist.
She is absolutely amazing. Whenever we have the kids' blood work drawn, she is amazing.
Yeah. And she does, everybody thinks, she's such a great phlebotomist. Even if they're a hard stick, she finds it. She's just great. Yeah. So get it in a stress-free place.
A quick side note, we've got a new opportunity for those of you that are interested in seeing what your longevity score is. So we've just created a new thing called BermanBoomers.com. So Berman Boomers, BOOMERS, BermanBoomers.com. Head over to that landing page and put in your information if you're interested to see what your longevity score is. We've been talking about this a lot over the past few months. 0 to 100, 80 to 100 is well on your way to arriving at 80 feeling 40. Coincidence that the score is 80 to 100, right? So if you want to become an ultimate boomer and arrive at 80 feeling like you're 40, or if you're already in your 80s, kick your 90s ass, go over to BermanBoomers.com, put in your information there, and get the process started to see what your score is. It's a really cool, can be fast. You can do the whole thing in less than 5 minutes if you want to. The right way to do it is 90 minutes, but you could do the whole thing in less than 5 minutes. And at least you know what your score is, and it doesn't have to be in person. You can do this virtually anywhere in the world. Just got to have Wi-Fi. BermanBoomers.com. Forward this over to somebody that you know that needs to do it. Somebody that you know, a good friend that you see is sliding downhill faster than you think they should. Say, hey, you need to go check out BermanBoomers.com.
Yeah, see the objectivity behind it.
Yeah, it's all objective. No more subjectivity.
Good. Cool. Yeah. Ciao for now.